If there is anyone you could learn about being yourself from, it would be definitely the guy whose voice you're listening to now. Because this guy talks to aliens, and not just any aliens, the psychedelic ones. And this is where I will lose many of you, my dear viewers. Yes, it's true, I really do talk to aliens, although most of you will not believe it. And that is the true power of being yourself, because my job in this reality is to talk to them and not care what others think about it. All that matters to me is that there are people who need to learn the truth, and that these messages need to spread to everyone who needs to hear them. These messages change lives and save lives, and this is how valuable my conviction to be myself really is. I don't care about the friends I lost and family members who ridicule me. It's a very small price to pay to be genuine, authentic, and true to myself. The irony of this moment is that those of you who will stay with me now are the ones who actually don't need to watch this video. It is the ones who dismiss everything that they don't understand and that they don't want to understand, because it is the same mindset that makes them follow the harmful socially accepted norms. The same norms that steal their personality. Long time ago I learned that being myself is incredibly valuable and beneficial. And only because of that you can listen to my voice today, and only because of that I can make these videos. So if you learn from my struggles and my experiences, you can show your gratitude through joining Patreon or Subscribestar, or by sending cash through PayPal, Cash App, and crypto or bank transfer. If you have never done it before, it is fast and easy. Try it. All methods are listed on the screen. You can also schedule a chat with me or buy 434 merchandise. Links in the video description. Your help is extremely important, and I want to thank you for your generosity. There is no better method of instantly getting access to your true self than with psychedelics. They can do it by removing your ego, switching off your fear, and even reverting your mindset and your emotions back to the state from your childhood. I was told by the entities that being yourself in the place where you should be is one of the goals of this life. And I can assure you that there is no other path to fulfillment. I've been through a lot in my life, and nothing compares to being myself and doing what I love in the service to others. I've been never surrounded by so many people who allow me to be myself, loving me for who I am and what I do. I no longer have to pretend to be someone else only to be accepted by a group of people I have nothing in common with. The ability to be in the comfort of being oneself is priceless, and all of it was possible because of psychedelics. At the beginning of my mushroom journeys, I was asked to write a sentence, and when I wrote down a few words, I realized that I'm not using normal language. I learned that we pretend, even when we choose the words to communicate when speaking or writing. How many of us are aware of this little trick our ego plays on us to increase the chances of conformity and social approval when you're not even in control of the words you use to communicate with others? Sometime later in one of my visions, I was waiting for a machine elf spaceship traveling between dimensions, only to see it flying up above, completely ignoring me. It was only when I called out to them when they spotted me and landed to talk to me. They explained that they couldn't see me from the distance because with my fear I constructed an unrecognizable dark blue city which was imitating me with its cardboard walls of fakeness. I learned that through this I was also no longer recognizable to others. An amazing wake-up call. Authenticity is expensive, valuable, rare, and difficult to come by. But for the first time in our history, it has never been as easy to be authentic as it is today. Yet for many, being oneself is a luxury and a privilege they need to work on really hard. For them, being oneself is the biggest fear there is, and is also the biggest struggle in their life. In reality, being truly yourself here is not your privilege. It's actually your duty to the world, yourself, and others. A member of our society tends to overestimate the value of what they're not, and underestimate the value of that which they truly are. So what are the risks of not being yourself in this life? You define yourself. Even when you decide to subscribe to someone's idea about your life, it is still your decision, but there is one method of avoiding the pain of confrontation and struggle with the negative reaction of the frightened ones to your courage. It's doing nothing and being nobody, just like the rest of society. Of course, the price is freedom and lack of progress, because fear of other people's judgment is the biggest self-imposed prison we live in this reality. Don't waste your time trying to live someone's idea of you, as your time here is limited. Many become the masters of satisfying other people's expectations and acquiring external points of view. They become the masters of disguise, forgetting that a personality suppressed long enough decays and eventually disappears, leaving you with a transparent shell of a bad actor. and no one is skilled enough to keep up their performance forever. Sooner or later, the show loses its audience and you're left with what you neglected all that time and what you never worked on. A broken and exhausted mindset of a defeated social con artist. If you wear the mask for others long enough, you will become the mask, and then you will become the others, a stranger in your own body. You need to ask yourself, what is better, being disliked for being you, or being liked for putting on a show? Because struggling with being yourself is still so much better than constantly pretending to be somebody else. And there are plenty of benefits to it. The world doesn't need more actors. You need to realize what makes your frequency vibrate higher, because what the world truly needs is brave, high-frequency individuals. The most attractive people are those who live in harmony with their true nature. People who don't pretend and who don't need anyone's approval to be who they are. There is a tremendous value in being happy and proud of who you are, and in ignoring other people's opinions. Many people will not like you for not fitting in, and some of them will actually hate you for a variety of reasons that have nothing to do with you. But the majority will love you, and they will admire you, as the courage to be yourself is rare, and most people don't have the strength to go against the current of social conditioning. As long as you do no harm to anyone, being yourself leads to greatness, and great people are always facing the resistance from the average ones. Nothing worth remembering is achieved by pretending to be somebody else. Almost all who are admired are the ones who created something new with their authenticity. You live in a world that is designed to turn you into something you're not. So if you remain true to yourself, that's a great accomplishment to be proud of. Ironically, being yourself is probably the easiest thing you can achieve in this life, and it actually takes a lot of work and energy being what others expect you to be. There is no competition to being you, as what you have is one-of-a-kind type of a gift. With all the billions of people who existed here and who are alive today, there has never been anyone like you. Why wouldn't you want to take advantage of it? There will never be anyone like you ever again, so why wouldn't you take this opportunity to advertise this unique combination of mind and body to everyone around you? You are the biggest asset that you will ever have in your life. Why not take full advantage of what you were given here? There is nothing as liberating in this life as getting to know yourself and building a loving relationship with yourself. There is no confidence without being yourself, and without confidence, it is quite difficult to move in any direction. The definition of love and true friendship is being yourself. There is no other indicator of genuine human connection. It is your ability to express freely that which is in your nature. Being who you are is the first step on a journey of growth and development. It's the foundation on which everything else in your life is built. By outsourcing and externalizing yourself, you turn into a hopeless dreamer. By internalizing yourself, you turn into an actualized achiever. A whole new existence opens up for you when you become yourself. The energy favors these who understand who they are. You are the only one who can set you free through an unrestricted flow of the energy. That's how you get closer to the divine. So how to be yourself? It starts from accepting who you are and what you came to this life with. Once you do that, you can proceed to cultivating genuine love for yourself. There is a 434 video you can watch to learn more about this stage. No doubt, in the beginning, it takes a lot of courage to be yourself, so you need to be brave to get used to the new reality of not having to pretend. You do this by discovering a new life through honesty. From now on, you're telling the truth to yourself and others, and you call things what they really are. It is the phase of discovery, but it will allow you to take away the power that others have over you. No lies. Let everything be what it is supposed to be. Once you go through that phase, you'll need to surround yourself with people who celebrate you, not tolerate you. Discover who your true friends are and stick to them. Get rid of people who make you act. Do not care about what others have to say about you. They will have an opinion about you long before you even open your mouth to say your first hello. And they'll be probably wrong anyway. Remember that by letting people define you, you also allow them to imprison you. You become the hostage of their opinions. You need to understand that other people's opinion of you is actually a game that you are unknowingly taking part in. Their opinion is in reality their ego boost because you're being used as a punching bag for their insecurities. They don't want you to be worth more than they value themselves, so you'll be criticized and put in your place so that they can get elevated through suppressing your value. Their opinion is worthless as they are too scared to know themselves, let alone to know you. Even their opinion about you is not theirs. Everything they represent is borrowed. Their laughter is a performance and their desires are a subscription. Are those really the people you want to let define your worth? People who matter to you in this life don't mind whatever you want to become. And remember that those who do mind, they should matter to you. We're all utterly focused on achieving perfection in who we want to be, but we don't really appreciate the courage and the struggle that it takes to be yourself, and that's what really matters. Because what you need is self-acceptance, not being accepted by others. It's your decision to be a part of anxious society and to be stuck in one place. All it takes is your decision to show yourself to the world and live in harmony with yourself. And the source of this harmony is never forgetting who you are and never letting anyone change you. Give yourself a chance in this reality so that you can discover who and what you truly represent in the metaphysical, because that's where your true identity is hidden. How do you expect to be filled with love, joy, and hope if your mind is always busy with analyzing other people's reactions, with planning the next performance, and with memorizing the lines for the next show? There is no spiritual awakening or spiritual growth without having access to your true self. There is a lot of power in who you are, and it is your duty to use it. You won't explore the metaphysical, and you won't connect to the divine energy unless you're true to yourself. You're wonderful and powerful, and you will only have access to these assets when you're being you. Love, 434. I hope these words inspired you to be closer to your true self. If they did, please donate to 434 to help me with continuing spreading these important messages. Subscribe and follow. Like and share this video. For merchandise, go to shop.b434.com. Leave your email address at news.b434.com. Visit the website of the artist and the musician I featured here. For more info or contact, visit b434.com and join 434's social media on YouTube, Facebook, BitChute, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and VK. Talk to each other on Reddit, Discord, and Telegram. All links in the video description.